Hey everyone. I'd like to start by just giving you a warning, and that is I'm going to do a little bit of rambling, more than usual. And some of you have probably heard that Smith& Wesson is going to make an M&P 2.0 in 10 millimeter, and I think that's pretty cool. I saw a news story about it on the Gun Collective, and looks like a pretty cool gun. Definitely looks like it's worth buying and at the very least checking out. I believe it's 4-inch barrel, 4.5-inch barrel, 15 round magazine, and let's see what else. I had, I believe, night sights. Really, really nice gun. And the price, the MSRP is going to be like around 640, 650. Seems like a pretty nice gun. I probably will not be buying one though because I have this, and I will safety check this. So the 10 round magazine, it's right, only 10 rounds, has no rounds in it, and chamber is empty, nothing in there. So anyway, leave that there for a pretty prop. But like I was saying, I already have this Glock 29. It has, I think, about a 3.5-inch barrel. I don't think it's 4. I believe it's about 3.5 inches, which is pretty close to the M&P. And it's double stack, and it has 10 rounds. I can live with 10 rounds of 10 millimeter. Now, I really, really love this handgun. I got a great price on it, and it came with a couple of nice upgrades to it. There's just one thing I'm not too thrilled with, and it's a little thick. Now, it's not a really bad gun to carry. I usually carry a Glock 27 most of the time. Now, this is thicker than the 27, but it's not like a whole lot thicker, but it's one. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I can't shoot. It's not on camera. That's 1.12 inches right there on the slide. And then the grip's about the same. 1.28 for the grip. So, like I said, it's thicker, but it's not like super thick. But I would just love to have a single stack polymer 10 millimeter. And that's really the whole purpose of this video. Is I was really happy to see that Smith & Wesson has the 10 millimeter out. I believe it's either coming to dealers now or it will be very soon, because I'm hoping that it takes off and it does really well, and I don't know, maybe they make some other models in 10 millimeter that are polymer and single stack. I remember I was posting on Facebook saying, I would love to find a 10 millimeter single stack, and that's not a 1911. Because the 1911, typically with the 10 millimeters I saw, have a 5-inch barrel, and they're usually steel. I love 1911s. I have a 1911, but I prefer something that didn't have a 5-inch barrel with a long profile, and I wouldn't want the extra weight if I don't have to have it. So I would actually prefer a polymer single stack 10 millimeter, because I'm thinking, the 8 rounds you could probably get in a polymer single stack would be great. I had heard rumors before that Glock was actually had plans to at some point grace us with a 10 millimeter single stack. I'm thinking maybe something like a beefed up Glock 43 maybe, or something. So I've been kind of hoping and waiting for something like that to happen, because I think if they were to come out with a single stack 10, I'd probably just order it as soon as I could, which is really a terrible thing to do, because I think that their first gen guns that they release sometimes have some issues. I heard that about the 42s, but yeah, I'm happy because I really do like the 10 millimeter round. So I'm happy anytime I see someone releasing something in 10 millimeter. I was even happy when High Point released the 10 millimeter carbine, because I just think 10 millimeter is a fantastic round. I think it's a really underrated round, and honestly, the only thing I could find wrong with 10 millimeter is that it costs a decent amount more than 9 millimeter, and I have to wonder if that difference would narrow down quite a bit more. if more people purchased 10 millimeter handguns and it became more popular and you kind of reach that economy of scale. Now, obviously, you're using more lead in the bullet, using more brass for the case, and more powder. So you're going to get some things that cause it to be a little bit more, but just having it narrowed, I think, would be fantastic. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe the popularity of the S&W M&P 2.0 kind of lays some of the groundwork for Smith & Wesson and maybe some other companies to say, you know what, let's expand our 10 millimeter offerings. Because I converted my Glock 27 I put a Storm Lake 9 millimeter barrel in there, and like I said, I typically carry 10 rounds in the magazine. But I mean, like I said, you can expand that with other Glock magazines. But you know, I carry 10 rounds of 9 millimeter. I really wouldn't feel like I was putting my safety at risk if I had something about this size that was single stack that had 7 or 8 rounds. I would actually prefer something single stack, 7 or 8 rounds of 10 millimeter. And if need be, I'm sure you can always put like a mag extension, or you know, put an extra round to bring it up to 8 or 9, or just carry an extra mag with you. So this is basically just me waxing nostalgic about how wonderful it would be to have a 10 millimeter single stack. I would love that. Like I said, all I see for 10 millimeters really is the Glock, a couple of 10 millimeter 1911s, and I believe EAA, the European American Armory, they have the Witness, and I think they have a couple of models in 10 millimeter, but they're double stacked too. And I just can't see. I mean, why buy another double stack 10 millimeter? It just doesn't make any sense. You know, it kind of does the same thing. Same thing with the Smith & Wesson. It's the new M&P 2.0 and 10 looks like a really cool gun. I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting to buy it, but for me, it doesn't make sense to have this. Although this is coming from the guy who has 2 contenders, so I don't know. My thought processes are a little off a little bit. But anyway, you know what? If you would like to see more guns chambered in 10 millimeter, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that a lot. And hopefully we have some good news soon, and we see that Smith & Wesson does in fact make the 10 millimeter. Because I know that there were some rumors going around that High Point was going to, and they did end up making the carbine. So I'm not sure if High Point ever attempted to make a 10 millimeter pistol. I mean, you'd probably have to beef it up a lot, and if you beef it up, it's really going to be like a brick. Then it might blow up or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's a story for another time. Have a good one, guys.